Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be part 2 of the coolest guns I own. Today we're going to do semi-automatic battle rifles, select fire battle rifles, machine pistols, and submachine guns. So when we were looking at the semi-automatic battle rifles, that would be stuff like the carbine, the Garand, the G43, the G41, the SVT40, and I thought about it, and I'm like, well, you know, I really like the K43, but a lot of people aren't even going to know what they are. Again, unless you're really a heavy gamer or you're really into German weapons of World War II. Most people, when they think of a semi-automatic rifle, military semi-automatic rifle, the coolest one is the M1 Garand. Well, this is one of my M1 Garands, so it does fit the category. I own it, and it's cool. This one has a 6-digit serial number in the 300,000 range, which we dated to somewhere between October and November of 1941. This gun is so old, you see a red tag on it. I've had this since I was a kid, before I had my federal firearms license. That's why it has a red tag on it to show its personal inventory. It's just a Garand. It's a real low serial number. It's been reworked, and you can't even see the date on the barrel, but it has been reworked, because if you can see, the green receiver doesn't match any of the other colors on the gun. So there's the coolest semi-automatic rifle I have. Moving on. All right, we're going to do shooting the Garand. Just a couple heads up first. This is the Garand with the red tag. Sometimes when I edit these together, I say they're going to be in a certain order, but when they finally go together, they're in different orders. So, you know, high quality video, what can I tell you? And just a little side note, this is our second attempt at this. When Dad doesn't put the card in the camera the right way, it doesn't record. So this video is going to have me in multiple outfits, because it's going to take multiple days, because it's now the end of the day. We've already filmed it once and it didn't take, so we're going to do it again. But we're only going to do the Garand, because I have to clean the Garand tonight, and I don't want to clean it twice. So, another thing is, when I've been watching M1 Garand videos, a lot of people show different ways to load it. Some just, you know, push it in, whatever. I was always taught to take the heel of your hand and put it along the slide to keep it from giving you Garand thumb. And that's what I'm going to do, because this gun has relatively good springs in it. So, let's give it a load. We'll give you 8 rounds out of a pre-World War II Garand. Ping! Moving on to the next gun. The next section we're going to look at is battle rifles. When I thought about it, I could only think of 4 offhand. The BM59, I think it's super cool, but not too many have even seen it. And I don't own a real BM59. The M14, the FAL, and the G3. Well, the M14 is, outside of the United States, nobody even thinks of the M14. The G3 is kind of popular now a little bit more because of roller locks being popular with, like, the MP5, but in reality, the FAL is the coolest, and I happen to own a couple. And why did I choose this particular FAL? This is an original Belgian gun. It's an import. It's a post sample. Why did I choose this version? Well, first of all, there are other versions. The inch pattern and the Israeli heavy barrel FAL come to mind, but they aren't really what you think of when you think of an FAL. This one, as I said, is an original Belgian gun. It has the tree on it, which I don't know if that is Lebanon or Israel. I think that might be Lebanon. It's a matching numbers gun. It has the bipod. So, as with the rest of the series, there's nothing super special about it, but it's cool and I own it. So we'll take it out and shoot it. And that's it for this section. Alright, hey, welcome back to day 2 again. Different outfit. We're now from this point forward going to be in full automatic capable weapons. And when I originally thought this up, I thought I'd shoot a couple semi, then I'd shoot a couple full. And let's be realistic, if you want to see a semi FAL, there's 1,000 videos on YouTube. Or 1,000, you want to see a semi Glock, there's 10,000. If you want to see a semi Thompson, there's thousands. So we're not going to do that. With the full auto guns, we're going to do burst and then a mag dump. So one thing I learned when I was getting ready, the ball detent and the charging handle, this should stay forward, is missing on this gun, so I'm going to have that replaced. 20 round magazine, I'm going to burst it, reload, and the next 20 round will do a straight mag dump. Now let's test out the FAL. Just passes. If you heard, I was actually ringing some steel there. This is going to be a little handful here. We'll do a 20 round mag dump. I killed a lot of grass. Not too much steel. There you go. Coolest select fire capable battle rifle. Moving on to the next one. Next section for this video, as I said, most of these videos have 4 sections, is submachine guns. And that was a very difficult section for me because first of all, I own quite a few submachine guns, but second is what's more iconic. My son and I talked about him. He liked the MP40. And the MP40 is iconic for World War II, but if you're looking at all submachine guns, I would say it's the Thompson submachine gun. You have the gangster movies, you have your World War II movies. If they're period correct, they'll actually show 28 Thompsons instead of M1 Thompsons prior to 1942. So, and I own one, so that's the coolest gun in the submachine gun section. This one is relatively interesting. This is a British export gun. It says engraved, factory engraved Tommy gun up here. I believe the gun was probably in a black oxide finish when it was exported, but when I got it, it was in a terrible looking Parkerized finish. So I had it reblued, and I think it looks awesome. Now this bluing job was done 98, so the bluing job is 13 years old by itself, or so. Actually, make that 23. I'm getting old. What's nice about this gun is since this gun was imported from England, it has the British proof marks on it. I'm trying to find them wherever they are. This says 6 tons and stuff like that. But it's by far the coolest submachine gun I own. Maybe not the best, but the coolest. And that we're into coolest guns I own, not the best guns I own. So that covers submachine guns. All right, welcome back to day 2 of trying to do this video. We're going to shoot the Thompson. guns, as I said before, as we're in the full autos, we're going to do burst, and then we're going to do a mag dump. Thompson's a little different. Got a 50 round drum. This is a World War II Crosby drum, and in my pocket there's a 20 round magazine. I'm going to burst the drum, and I'm going to mag dump the 20. This 28, which I forgot to mention in the original part of the video, has a 21 actuator in it, so it runs pretty fast. When you load a 28 Thompson or a 21, you always load from the left side. Safety's already off. As I said in Black Hawk Down, Black Hawk Down, this is my safety. Alright, let's burst this drum off. Cock it, pull the mag up, drum comes out to the left. As you could hear, this thing's fast when it's in 21 mode. 20 round stick mag. We're going to be moving on to the next gun. Final section of the video. It's kind of a small section, is machine pistols. I could only think of 4. The Stetchen, the 93R, the Mauser Schnellführer, and the Glock 18. Well, I don't have any of the first 3. I only have the Glock. So this is going to be the coolest machine pistol part of the video. As you can see, I've got a stock fitted to this particular Glock. The funny thing is, this isn't really a Glock 18. This is a Glock 22 with a post 86 sear in it, with a 9mm conversion barrel in it. And the reason I did the 9mm conversion barrel is I wanted a more of a supported chamber, because I shoot, you know, whatever cheap ammo is available at the time. So, coolest machine pistol I own, and thanks for coming to the channel. Last gun is the full auto Glock. I'm using Korean mags, and to be truthful, they're junk. This one, I don't know how many, it's probably got 15 in it. I don't know if it's going to feed well. I'm going to burst it. The other one has about 25 in it. I'll try to do a mag dump with this. There's a good chance that we may not get through these magazines. This is our second attempt today with these magazines. I have better ones on order, but with all the craziness right now, can't get anything. Well, I'm not going to blame that one on the ammo, on the gun. Oh, pardon me, the magazine, the gun didn't tell you to eject. I'll be so glad when I can put these into these suck pile for magazines, when I get some that actually work. Alright, that's it for the fire portion of the coolest guns I own part 2. Part 3 will be the final portion. I actually think part 3 will be the best portion, because in my opinion it has 2 of the coolest guns on the frickin' planet, not just that I own. Thanks for coming to my channel.